channel and my DIY Christmas gift series. So today we made these adorable candy cane bath bomb ornaments. I show you how to make the bath bomb, how to put it in the ornament, how to make the little tag, and it's all DIY, and it's DIY on a budget. These are much cheaper than you could even go out and buy a bath bomb of this size at the store. You can really make these on a budget. They're cute, they're customizable, and they are a great DIY gift. So if you want to see how to make these adorable candy cane bath bomb ornaments, then just keep watching. Okay, so I've got my materials set up. I've got my dry ingredients separated into 2 bowls and a whisk to stir them. I've got my coconut oil and my water, and the coconut oil has already been melted into liquid. My essential oil, we're using peppermint today, and red food coloring, a towel just in case it gets messy, and then I've got a few sizes of the ornament molds. The reason we have these separated into 2 bowls is we're going to do 1 red, 1 white, flavor them with peppermint, and then layer them red and white so they look like a candy cane. So it's going to be real holiday, real festive. So let's start with deciding which is going to be which. Let's do this one red, and we'll keep this blue bowl white. So we're going to start by mixing in the wet ingredients. Now you can do this when it's together in one bowl before you separate them, or you can do them separate, either way. I'm just going to slowly mix them in. Make sure you do this very slowly, because if you pour too much wet into the dry ingredients, it will activate the bath bomb. The bath bombs activate when they're put in water, and that's when they start to fizz up in the bath. But if you put them in there too much wet ingredients in too quickly, it will activate them and they'll just turn to mush in the molds and be ruined. So you want to do this very, very slowly, and slowly incorporate those wet ingredients so it doesn't activate those bath bombs. Okay, we've got the right consistency when we grab a handful and it stays molded into our hand, just barely. Now you don't want to add too much wet ingredients where it just stays really, really well in a mold. You want it to be easily crumbly, because we're still going to add our oil and our food coloring, which are liquids. When you add too much liquids to this, then they just activate, and when they're in the mold, they poof out and turn mushy, and it's bad. You want them to dry and become a nice hard solid mold in the bath bomb. That way when whoever you're giving them to opens the ornament, they have a nice bath bomb they can throw in the bath and last for a long time. Okay, so I've got my wet ingredients incorporated into both of my bowls, and you want to make sure that you are incorporating those wet ingredients very, very slowly. Again, this should take you a lot of stirring, and just 1 or 2 drops at a time. You can even use a spray bottle, so that you're very, very slowly adding those wet ingredients. That's key to making these and your bath bombs coming out successful. So now we're going to start flavoring and coloring our bath bomb. So we're going to use peppermint oil because we're stimulating the candy cane. Now peppermint oil is very, very potent, so we're just going to start with about 4 drops on each side and see how it goes. Again, mixing this in slowly. Okay, so I've added my peppermint. Just do a little sniff test, and it's just lightly scented. It's perfect. It's got the right amount of scent to give off peppermint without being overpowering. Now we're going to go ahead and add our food coloring. So I said this is going to be white, this one's going to be red. And again, we're just going to start with about 4 or 5 drops. This is a gel food coloring. And I think for bath bombs, it makes it a little easier to mix in than the liquid. I feel a little safer about it. So I'm just going to start mixing that all together until I find the right shade of pink or red for my candy cane bath bomb. Okay, so I've got my color mixed in, and for my food coloring, it took me about 12 drops to get the right shade of pink for this. Now we're gonna start layering them and assembling them in our bath. Okay, so when you're filling these, you're gonna want to make them look like the candy cane stripes. So the trick is to put hardly any in, pat it down, go to the next color, just a little bit above that one, pat it down, and keep going like that, switching back and forth between the colors so that you have a nice stripy pattern. And when you get to the end, make sure you press it down really, really well and pack that in there so it's nice and tightly packed. And when you're done, what you're left with is a beautiful candy cane striped ornament. So now we're going to create the tag and finish the ornament. I just took regular wrapping paper and cut them into 4-piece squares. We're going to take one of those and fold it diagonally. You can write any message you'd like. I'm going to write candy cane bath bomb. And we're going to take some scissors and at whichever end you choose, cut a small triangle so that we have a hole to feed our thread through. Grab your bath bomb, put your thread in through the inside of the hole, long enough so that you have a piece for an ornament. Thread it through your ornament, placing your tag where you'd like it, and go ahead and do 2 knots so it stays in place. At the end of your ornament, do another knot, pulling both ends of the string through, tighten it, trim off the edge, and now you have a beautiful candy cane bath bomb. So there you go, easy and affordable, and that is the name of the game with these DIY Christmas gifts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series and enjoy making some DIY Christmas gifts with me. If you do make any of these at home, please tag me on social media. I love to see your recreations, and comment down below. Let me know what other DIY Christmas gifts you'd like me to make in this series this year. Please subscribe, share, and like this video and help support this channel. It means so much to me. And make sure you stay tuned for some more great DIY Christmas gifts. I hope you have a great holiday season, and I will see you guys soon. Mwah!